Merriam-Webster's dictionary named austerity its word of the year for 2010. That might have been inspired by a global economic collapse or something, but the concept of austerity naturally springs to mind driving the Toyota Yaris.
Well, this Yaris in particular is the base 3-door liftback, and it's about as elemental a new car as you can buy.
You unlock the vehicle by actually sticking a key in the door. The windows are deployed with manual cranks, and the side mirrors are adjusted by physically manipulating them. Lean, adjust, inspect, repeat as necessary. Every time someone complains that more technology just means more to go wrong, remember, an eventual repair is better than a lifetime of inconvenience. Realistically, this basic, slightly less than $15,000 Yaris will appeal to few customers. Anyone who can afford it should probably spring for the LE trim, which features power accessories, a nicer stereo, and cruise control, resulting in a much more pleasant Yaris and a price tag in the mid-$16,000 range, destination included. There's also a sportier SE trim that adds rear disc brakes, a sportier exterior treatment, alloy wheels, and a quicker steering ratio, increasing the Yaris's overall fun quotient. Lastly, buyers can choose between 3- and 5-door body styles. The slightly pricier 5-door adds, well, 2 more doors, but only 0.7 cubic feet more interior space versus the 3-door.
The Toyota Yaris is built for mundane trips to work, the grocery store, maybe community college. With those tasks in mind, it's not surprising that driving passion is a low priority, a fact supported by the Yaris's generally good ride and, let's just say, casual handling.
The space you'll occupy during those rides is one of the hardest, most plastic-clad in recent automotive history. There are, however, patterns to distract you from that reality, like this textured trim that from a distance kind of looks like robotic ostrich skin, but up close looks like deconstructed Mitsubishi logos.
More troublesome than the materials is the driving position. There's no telescoping steering wheel, period. Meaning that if someone like me wants to sit comfortably with his legs in a nice position, not too close to the dash, I have to drive straight arm style, like one of those cheap G.I. Joe knockoffs you find in the drugstore toy aisle.
With peak highway efficiency of 38 miles per gallon, 35 with the automatic, the Yaris's fuel economy is good for its class, but still shy of the 40 mpg target most manufacturers are aiming for. We'll direct responsibility to the less-than-latest-tech powertrain, consisting of a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that sends its 106 horsepower output to the front wheels via a 5-speed manual or a quaint 4-speed automatic transmission. By the way, limited availability of the manual transmission means that 38 highway mpg is only possible if you buy the stripped Yaris L trim you probably won't want, or the top-of-the-line Yaris SE trim you might not be able to afford.
As you might imagine, acceleration is pretty slow, but what you may not have considered is what that acceleration sounds like. The engine noise doesn't sound that nice, but there's a lot of it. At this point in the video, you might think, Micah, you're coming off a little bit negative.
That big, long pause doesn't mean the Yaris lacks positives. There's no complaining about safety, as 9 airbags come standard, including a driver's knee airbag. The standard 4-speaker audio system happily includes USB and auxiliary inputs, though both are placed inconveniently out of reach in the glove box. Despite its subcompact label, the Yaris's cabin doesn't feel cramped. The styling of the Yaris is certainly more interesting than in previous years, with subtle dashes of aggression. And, like the advertisement said, the Yaris is a car, so it's got that going for it. But how about this? If you really want basic transportation, why not consider the Nissan Versa S Sedan? Sure, it's styled and drives with all the excitement of a manila envelope, but it's roomier, and it can be had for thousands less than a Yaris, while still technically qualifying as a car. Or maybe a vehicle that delivers more than simple A to B transportation sounds good. If so, consider the Ford Fiesta hatchback. It's priced similar to the Yaris, but it's more fun to drive and has a nicer interior. Or maybe the Mazda 2, which is way more fun than a Yaris and includes more standard equipment, albeit with a higher base price. Then there's the Hyundai Accent hatchback. It's more powerful, more efficient, and roomier than the Yaris, and features a much better warranty, but trails the Yaris's strong resale values.
There's nothing wrong with buying a car because you trust the company that builds it. Toyota resale values and reliability are perfectly fine motivators. But in an era when most cars can go 100,000 miles or more without issue, the latest breed of less austere, more exciting subcompacts are hard to ignore.